What are these strange symbols on the side of this? I'm assuming that's meant to be like quotation marks or something, but I have no idea why my screen is actually showing me that. Now, first of all, just ignore these two votes. They're just there for no reason. I clicked them, and obviously I can't delete the vote by clicking it again. I have to just swap them around, so that's an accidental misclick. But anyways, guys, welcome to a video that has been heavily requested by people for me to actually create. Now, before I jump into this video, I first of all want to say, every time a YouTuber makes a video like this, there will always be those people that click on it believing that the only reason I'm making this video is so that people will copy my votes so I can get what I want in the game. Now, before I start this video, I want people to first of all understand. Do not blindly click the answers that I'm going on just because I'm voting for them. The way this video works is I'm going to click on what I think I want to vote for and why I am voting for that. Now, if you're disagreeing with my choice, but then I explain why I want it and you're like, you know what, that's a good idea, and then you swap your vote to mine, that is legitimate as far as I'm aware. That is you agreeing with my point and thinking it would actually be a good thing to actually place into the game. Now, if I click yes for this and you say, oh, yes, okay, yes, and I click no for this, you're like, oh, no, and I click yes, you're like, go on, I'll copy him, and then blah, 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 for the whole thing, then please just don't do that. I know, once again, that me saying this is probably not going to change that, but I'm going to try my best, because I really don't want this video to go out there and just completely bias the votes. I want to go through everything, why I'm voting for it. And if you agree with me, fair enough. If you disagree with me, please vote the opposite answer. Do what you want to do. If you vote the same as me and then something comes to the game that you didn't know about and you don't like it, that is your fault. Your one vote may have been the difference between that passing. But yes. Anyways, first of all, I'm going to just jump into the straight one. So this question here is actually probably the biggest one. This implements a ton into the game. Now, straight away, I'm just going to quickly load up this map in the background that I got before the video. This is everything I am voting for. If I click yes for this update, everything that is on this map, as far as I'm aware, comes into the game. I'm not going to go into detail on everything. I want to try and sum up everything to try and make it a lot easier to actually understand how it would actually work. Because obviously you can see all these new things. So I don't really know how to point out the new things, but high-level Dark Warriors, high-level Bandits, I don't know if they're training places, high HP, low defense creatures, all this stuff. I mean, some of this stuff's in the game, but Ents and Spider Boss and Skeletal Champion, Zombies, high-level fishing spots, all this stuff, right? So if I vote yes for this, all this comes into the game. Now, I'm just going to go here and I'm going to straight away, I know my vote is actually on yes now, so I'll put it on no, but I'm actually going to vote yes for this. The reason I'm voting yes is because if I do this, the wilderness is going to populate massively, because so many good things come into the game that makes people come to the wilderness. Just looking at this now, I can see so many things that are going to, if I, like, what it is really, is you have to understand, this poll is to rejuvenate the wilderness, is to make the wilderness as busy as possible. It's in a way trying to lure the skillers into the wilderness, and by luring the skillers into the wilderness, it also lures other skillers, quotation marks, who bring PK gear to kill those skillers thinking they're going to be a pushover. And then the actual PKs come and kill those, and then the teams and the best PKs come and prey on those. And it's just like a cycle which eventually leads to the food chain of a big shark on top that just takes everyone out, and you can't deal with it. That'd be someone like, I don't know, Wiggle to probably breeding everyone and killing them all, or George just slaying it. You know how it goes, but that's pretty much what it is. So straight away, my vote for this is yes. I'm just going to quickly explain why as quick as possible, because this is the one I could talk the most about, but I don't want to ramble for 8 minutes on the first one when I've probably got another 20 to go through. So first of all, if I went in the wilderness and I literally walked every 5 wilderness levels up and then walked all the way east and then repeated that constantly, trying to find somebody, at the moment, I'd find no one. Unless I was in World 2, then I probably would, but it'd most likely be bots. If I went to World 371, I don't know what world that is, but there'll probably be about 200 people online. The odds of finding someone in the middle of the wilderness is pretty much, it's pretty close to 0, maybe 1%, because you might find one guy, but the odds of that are very, very low. If this update comes into place, look how many people may be here. If I walk up here and I walk across high HP, low defense creatures, similar to rock crabs and experiments. So Alicia's going to be there for a video streaming, so obviously she's going to get absolutely destroyed by everybody in the world. But they're going to be a fantastic experience for pures, people that want to kill things that don't hit high. You can hit on them very hard and you can train a ton of experience. For all we know, that might become one of the best training spots in the game, because they might have 200 HP and 0 defense, which means if you go there, you're pretty much getting XP on top of Dark Beasts. You really have no idea what they're going to be like. So they might be some of the best XP in the game. And that's probably an approximately level, I'm going to call that 12 wilderness, something around there. Because I know the portal up here is about 19, that's about midway between the two. So this is probably about level 10, 12 or something along those lines. Which means, obviously, quite a lot of people might be there. And obviously with 10 levels above and below that can come and kill you or you kill them, it's going to create a nice populated PK zone where if I hop worlds constantly, eventually I'm going to find people and kill them. It's kind of a new Green Dragons, but way more populated. Moving on to these, I'm not going to go over them all one by one, but Ents, that's the place where skillers go. Skillers will cut that tree down, get some stuff, and then the PKs come and kill that skiller. He loses everything unless he plays it very safe. And obviously when you're doing it, you have to pay a lot of attention, so it's not AFK, blah, 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 lots of stuff. People kill each other, the usual. Moving up, Spider Boss, Skeletal Champion, the same. People come on there with good gear, or probably 4 iteming with some peasant gear on there. And then the PKs come and kill those, and then the better PKs come and kill those, etc. Continues on to the Shark. Zombies, more training spots, high-level bandits and dark warriors, possibly more training spots. Crazed archaeologists, just more random things. Ankus, I don't actually know how you pronounce those. Roaming bear is another boss. The high-level fishing spots, of course, is in very high wilderness. Not sure how they're going to work, because think about how hard it's going to be to collect those. The closest teleport to those is going to be the Karalanga teleport. Or maybe not, actually, the one up here, I can't remember the name of the it's the ancient one, like the I don't know what it is. But yeah, you tele there, and you have to run all the way south. And when you get there, you have to run down to level probably 30, and then glory telly. So collecting those in bulk is probably going to be difficult. So I'm not sure how busy they'll be, but still, it can get people around there. Smithing location of Demi-Boss, just leave that for now. That's just something that'll do. I don't think people will die going there. High-level rogues, thieving chests, places to train Queen Scorpion, the things that drop the dragon pickaxes, all this other stuff. Slow recharging prayer, I'm not sure what that's going to be. Spiders use resource area, is an area where you can pay money to collect resources. And if anyone else goes in there, I think it tells you someone's coming, so you can log out and all that stuff. Then obviously the rest of this is just the same, but pretty much Chaos Fanatic, yeah. So pretty much all this does is puts loads of things dotted around the wilderness that brings it populated, which means that if you're roaming around the wilderness on a low population worlds, you can find people to kill. All in all, population of the wilderness increases. The amount of PKers go in the wilderness, PKing becomes more active. People don't want to be God Warsing anymore because you can go up here and kill people and it's way more fun. PKing comes back to the game, potentially new players join, if free to play bloody clums, etc. So it's just a massive chain of where PKing becomes massive. So as far as I'm aware, the majority of the game should be voting yes for that. And if you're thinking of voting no for that, why are you voting no? Because if you don't like it, you don't have to go there. I feel that's one of those where maybe if the items come into the game, that's fun, because obviously the dragon pickaxe and all that might come in the game and you might not want that. So that's a fair enough one, but yeah, okay, so if you want to vote no for that, I wouldn't say vote yes just because it doesn't affect you. It does affect you. Dragon pickaxe comes into the game, new fish come into the game, all this is used against you, so it does affect you. As far as I'm aware though, I'm voting yes for that by default, because I would love to see a populated wilderness. Okay, so I did actually come for about 8 minutes on the first one, which is great. Number 2, should we stop players from teleporting out of the KBD lair? I am going to say straight away just vote no for this. The reason for this is because I feel the KBD lair is a respectable place to escape. If you get teleblocked, you still need to tank it because there's a lever down there. I feel if I was killing the KBD and I had to teleport out, I go straight to the wilderness. The only way I can get out of there is by taking the teleporter, which obviously means running through 44s, which means I can die extremely easily to someone. And as far as I'm aware, if I voted yes for that, the KBD would become next to dead content. Nobody would do it. It's way too high risk for what it can actually drop. I feel the KBD should be a teleport that people can actually go to. So I'm personally going to vote no for that. Should we add 3 rune rocks to the ice plateau? Once again, I believe that should just be a straight up yes. There's lots of monsters in there. It's single combat, so it's quite easy to actually escape. Of course, though, if it's botted, you can easily kill these bots for big money. It's quite far away from a bank. It'll be around here, I believe it'll be. So it's very far away from the mage bank, so you can quite easily die. And obviously, you can come down to the 44 portal as well if you want to. But once again, that's just a way where some people can vote. I mean, I don't really see the point in voting no for that one personally. But yeah, I feel that should come because obviously we can take out some people in the high-level wilderness. Should we add the Fountain of Rune to the maze area in the far east of all 50 wilderness? I believe this is approximately... I thought it was over here, but this is only about 47 or 48 wilderness. So I think they may have got it wrong, because apparently there's a maze up here. And there's no maze. The only maze I can see is down here, because that looks like... It's obviously a broken castle or whatever, but I don't really see a maze. Now, I don't know if I'm completely wrong on that, but I don't know where that's actually going to go in the game. But we'll have to see, because it says in the far east of all 50 wilderness. It's not 50 wilderness though, is it? This is... Okay, I can't even see it. This is about 40 wilderness, isn't it? 50 wildy is about... 48 is the cap here, and then 50 is probably just about around the Chaos Elemental, so I'm not sure where that's going to go. Personally, though, I'm going to vote no. If you actually read up on that, it seems garbage. You can superheat for free, you can alch for free, you get no XP. No one's going to superheat there because it's going to take you half an hour to bank. No one's going to alch there because you want experience from alching. So as far as I'm aware, that will become dead content as soon as it's created. No point bringing it into the game. I'm going to vote no for it. Of course, if you disagree, you can put that down. Once you've solved the issue of luring players into the wilderness using the trade windows, should we remove the wilderness ditch? I'm going to vote yes. I don't think the ditch is needed. I really think the majority of the game know about luring now. And I'm not really one that says, like, if you get lured, it's your own fault. I believe luring is just something that kind of sucks to be in the game, but it exists. But personally, I just think the wilderness shit ditch should be removed. Runecrafters are going to love me for that one. It takes about 2.4 seconds extra per run to jump that bloody thing, so that's going to cut off like a lifetime supply. But yeah, personally, I don't think the ditch is needed, so might as well get rid of it. I'm going to love looking at the minimap and noticing no ditch. It'd be beautiful if that comes through. We'll see though. Should we add a dungeon of God Wars creatures to the wilderness? I think this includes Aviancies that actually have noted bar drops. As far as I'm aware, this would actually be very popular and people would actually train here. And obviously the scary thing is if you're in combat and a white dot appears, you're going to panic big time. So I'm not too sure how active this will be. I'm personally going to vote yes, because once again, it creates a money-making method that people may be able to exploit if they learn certain ways to potentially avoid PKers. But it'll be very high risk. And obviously if it's Aviancies, you have a ton of bolts with you. So everyone's going to have to go welfare those and all that. But I'm going to vote yes, because I feel that just should be there, in my opinion. Obviously, it creates another area for PKs to actually be in the game. Should a player be able to see how many times they've been killed in the wilderness, how many players they've killed in the wilderness, and the ratio between them? As much as I want that, it would be boosted. And I feel it's kind of unfair to the legitimate PKs who actually work very, very hard on their KDRs and somebody who might have a very, very good one to be completely swamped by someone that kills their friend 10,000 times. Now, unless they elaborate on that and say they tried to prevent boosting as best they can, I don't think that should come into the game because I feel people get false praise. You don't want someone at the you don't want someone at the top of the scores that kills their friend 10,000 because they're crap. They're not a good PK. You'd go and you'd dominate them every single time. But a skiller goes in, kills a guy 10,000 times, never goes in again. 10,000 to 0. No one's gonna ever beat that being legit. So I feel that shouldn't come into the game unless they fix boosting. So I'm personally just gonna vote no straight away for that. Should we replace red dragons with lava dragons in the wilderness? Lava dragons actually have like lava dragon bone drops, which is actually going to be probably the best XP in the game, but I really... Oh no, this is what's going to come down here. I'm going to vote yes for that. Red dragons still exist in Brimhaven Dungeon, which will obviously be the only place to kill them. I feel the lava dragons would be interesting to kill, which obviously populates another area of the wilderness. And obviously they'll have buffed the drop table, so I think lava dragons, that'd be quite cool. So I'm going to vote yes for those. Obviously, should you be able to get 3 times the amount of XP if you bury their bones in the lava dragon isle? Yeah. I don't know how much XP the bones give. Obviously, that's not going to be the greatest prayer experience in the game unless you can collect them. But then, of course, you have the risk of actually dying with an inventory full of them. So that's quite a... I think that's a fair one. If you're killing them in the Lava Dragon Isle, which is where red dragons are, you can just bury the bones and get the max experience. You don't need to bank them, which means you can farm the drops, which would be quite cool. So yeah, I'm going to vote yes for that. Should Revenants be added to the wilderness in the Graveyard of Shadows? What do they drop? What do they drop? If they drop PvP armor and weapons, no. If they don't drop PvP armor and weapons, yes. I'm going to quickly read up and see if it says anything. Okay, so here we go. Anyone that was wondering about this question, I just quickly researched it, and it says they will not drop any items that do not exist, such as PvP armor, weaponry, or brawler gloves. Therefore, yes, I'm going to vote for those yes. I believe they should come into the game. If Revenants are added, should the Graveyard of Shadows become a multi-combat zone? I think I might vote no for that. I feel if you're killing Revenants and a whole team comes in, it's just annoying. You just die and you're 3-iteming. I feel if it's no, you could actually fight back fairly. Like, I could go killing Revenants to try and score some of these drops. And if a clan came, I could one-on-one them all. Obviously, I'd be tagged a lot, but I'd probably die eventually. But I could probably potentially tank a teleblock. So I'm going to vote no. I think no should be the best one there. But obviously, if you think multi-combat would be good, so you can stick a cannon down and kill tons, go for it. Should we allow players to be able to attack other players in a single-way combat area, even if either are currently in combat with an NPC? I'm trying to think if that could be abused in any way. I feel it should be a no straight up, because I feel if you're in combat, you should be allowed to outsmart the player and try to outpatient them by standing there and just letting it tank you. And obviously, if you hit it every 2 hits just so the guy can't PJ it off you, it should be fair. So I'm going to vote no for that. I think if you're in combat with an NPC, you shouldn't be able to PJ them, because that could be because I don't know, because if you're running around and some guy gets hit by a scorpion or something and they escape. Oh, that's a tough one. I really actually don't. I'm not going to come back to it. That is actually a really tough one for me to answer. It's a really small one as well, but it's just that little difference. The wilderness comes way more difficult. You can get PJ'd. You can outsmart people if you attacked an NPC though. And I just, they could outpatient you. Then you could possibly X-log. I don't know. I'm going to put yes down. I feel it'd be more dangerous. That'd be fun. Should we remove 10 worlds from the world list to boost activity on other worlds? I'm going to vote yes for this. The only downside to that could potentially happen is people trying to find worlds for things like God War's Dungeon and all that. As far as I'm aware, with the other 68 worlds in the game, you shouldn't have a problem. So I'm going to vote yes. They should remove 10 worlds and slightly boost activity. Clue scores are going to be so hard after this in the wilderness. This is going to be brilliant. Should tradable items become visible immediately to all players if their owner chooses to drop them on the ground in the wilderness? No. If most people dropping them are probably going to drop them away from a teleport unless they're incredibly clever and can actually plan it out. Like if I'm killing someone at Revenants, they could drop the items, then Caroline teleport back and loot them all. But then of course I could freeze them and re-kill them and eventually appear. So it's just a risk. It's a risk you have to take if you drop them. The only question is if they drop like an imbued Berserker ring, would that appear? So once again, it's a number. I feel no should be the answer to that one. I would like to be able to, if I feel like it, drop my item. Oh, I don't know. Yeah, because if they could drop it to a friend who could pick it up and log out or something. So I'm going to leave that as no. I think that'd be fair. Should the Cave Kraken Slayer creature drop a new level 75 staff with a built-in spell for use against monsters? The spell is cast 20% faster than normal spells with a max hit of 20 at level magic 75, rising to 28 at level 99. Check the blog for full details. 20% faster. That makes spells the speed of a whip with a max hit of 28, which is useless. Honestly, that's crap. It really is not competitive to anything melee related, so it'll be dead content though, so I don't know if I should bother voting for it. I'm going to vote no for that because I feel it'd just be trash. No one's ever going to use that. I mean, if your max hit at 99 is a 28 and you attack at the speed of a whip, because obviously most spells are 5 tick, 20% faster makes that is that 4 tick or is it 6 tick? I don't even know. Okay, so approximately the speed of a whip. Max hit 28, can hit almost double with the whip. No one's ever going to use that for anything, so I'm going to go with a no for that. Should we increase the alch value of Bandos armor very slightly to make it protect on death over crystal equipment and Barrow's equipment? I'm just going to go for a yes on that. It stops people dropping Torags and luring people, so I think yes is just fair. Bandos armor is obviously quite expensive, so it should be there. Should we have a level 10 agility shortcut to shorten the route from Varak West Bank to the Spiritual? Yes, please. That would be amazing. That's actually the best one so far on this poll. Thank you. Should the run energy icon near the minimap toggle your run mode setting when you click it? Doesn't harm me if I don't want it, so I'm just going to vote yes on behalf of everybody that does. Should the prayer points... Okay, that's the same. Oh, quick prayers and toggle them on and off when you click it. I'm going to vote no. The reason I'm going to vote no on this one is because if I'm breeding somebody, if I ever start breeding again, they could use quick prayers to get small advantages if they wanted prayers on, rather than actually hotkeying or off onto the prayer menu. So I think no for that. However, if that came, it wouldn't really affect me that much. But personally, I want to vote no on that, so I'm going to vote no. So please do not hate me. Remember, this is what I want in the game. Should the health icon near the minimap allow you to cure poison or cure disease when you click it, providing you have suitable items in your inventory? Yes, once again, that doesn't really affect me if it exists. Should we increase the cooldown time on the minigame teleports to 1 hour? No, definitely not. I like that. It's awesome for clue scores. Should the God War's Dungeon altars give a message stating how long before your next view? Yeah, that would be a great help. Even if that came and I didn't want it, that'd be awesome. If you're in a chat channel when you log out, should you automatically reattempt to rejoin it and log in? The only downside is if you get attacked in the wilderness due to your French chat, you're instantly going to get caught again. However, I'm going to vote yes because it'd be awesome, because then I'll actually be in my French chat again. Should you have the option to pay some Slayer points to unlock Mythal Dragons? Yes. Should you have the option to pay some Slayer points to unlock... yes. Should we add new channels to the minigame grouping panel for finding Black Arm Phoenix Gang members and finding God War's Dungeon parties and finding Waterbirth Island parties? These channels would not have teleports associated with them. I don't know about that because I feel you could get scammed very easily. People would abuse that. That one especially, people would really abuse. That one's good, but that one would get abused. I'm going to vote no for this, because that's going to really make some people have a bad day when you grab an Armadale partner and the guy scampers off with your Armadale hilt. So I'm personally going to vote no on that just for that reason. Should we add loot broadcasts to the Calphite Queen, King Black Dragon, Dragon of... go on then, it doesn't really make a difference if they're not there. Should water saplings have a W... What the hell's a watered sapling? Oh, okay, I know what those are. Yep, doesn't matter if I don't want it. Should the total level box on the stats interface have a tool tip that shows your total XP? May as well. Nice having some experience. Should we add 24 more bank spaces to everyone's bank? Oh, but I was trying to cut my bank down. I'm just going to vote yes for that because it'd be a huge help. So that's pretty much my votes. Did I ever vote on that one that I was going to skip, or did I? I think it was question 12. Yeah, I did vote yes. So that's pretty much my votes. If you disagree, if you agree, I'd like to know about it in the comments. But please do not follow my votes. Let's find out where we're at. Okay, click here to the results. Let's see what's coming. Okay, 82%, so this one is coming instantly. Awesome. 68%, that's good. I don't want, like I said, I voted no for that, so that's quite nice to see. Oh, wow, okay, that's massively in favour of no. Awesome. Rune rocks, yep, they're coming. Should be at the Fountain of Rune. Yeah, people are voting yes, but I just think it's dead content, so we'll see if that one passes. Once you've sold blah, 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 should we remove the ditch? Ooh, yes is actually not passing. We'll see. Should be, ooh, that's only slight, but I voted yes for that. Ooh, that's going to be boosted. I'm telling you that's going to be boosted, but it doesn't really matter if it's there. Yep, that's coming. That is also coming. This one is, ooh, not quite. I think some people might think PvP weapons come, so this video might actually change some people's votes on that. Wow, okay, this one's about even, so that's definitely not going to pass. Oh, the worlds aren't going to pass. Fair enough. I think they should have cut down on worlds. If anything, cut down on the worlds and put some Australian and Sweden worlds in or whatever else they used to have. Come on, who agrees with that? That is the best one, yeah. Definitely get some Australian worlds. Okay, that's not going to pass, so we'll just ignore it. That is going to pass. I think it'll be dead content. Doesn't really matter if it's there. It might be some free money for me to earn or something, so doesn't really matter that I voted no. Yep, that's fair. That's going to pass. Yes, everyone that voted for that, give yourself a pat on the back. Yeah, once again, 94% for that one because obviously it doesn't affect you. 79% quick prayer is probably going to come. Okay, this one is not passing. That's surprising. Fair enough. Increase the cooldown time on minigames. No, yeah, okay, that's definitely not going to pass. Oh, nice. I like everyone that voted no on that. Yeah, okay, that's just one that doesn't really matter. Yes, awesome. Yes, love you all. Awesome. I'm going to solo some Armadillo for that, tell you that straight away. I voted no, but obviously that's going to pass, so we'll see if people end up getting scammed. Hopefully not. Loot broadcast, they don't harm you, so then they come into the game. Yep, doesn't harm you, comes into the game, doesn't harm you, and wow. Nice. That's what I like to see. Awesome. So that is pretty much my thoughts. If you agree with me, if you disagree with me, it's awesome. But remember, I didn't make this video so you copy my votes. This is me voting and why I have voted for X question. So yeah, thank you for watching, guys. See you tomorrow. See you in the next video. And best of luck on your votes passing the test.